Hello guys, it's Coach Lacey. This video is for my current coaching clients, but anyone can watch it if you want to learn a little bit today about weight loss and what it really is. But for my girls, that's who I'm speaking to, my coaching clients. I want to give you a little teaching about weight loss just to kind of reframe the way we think about weight loss, because it's very important when we start any weight loss journey, whether you're competing or not competing. I have so many girls who are competing, and I have so many girls who want to look like they can compete but never step on stage, which is perfectly fine. Either way, the goal is really the same. We get to a point where we want to lose body fat or lose weight. So I kind of want to talk about how we frame that in our mind. And I think that this will really help you move ahead with following your plans and feeling successful and understanding what success really looks like in a weight loss journey. And this is really the most basic foundation of weight loss. And I want to make it make sense. Okay. A lot of women, I mean, pretty much every woman, if I'm being honest, has been taught to think about food emotionally. Our society teaches us that, and it's become very normal to think about food emotionally. We think about it as good or bad, clean or dirty, fun, comforting, stressful, or something we have to earn. And those are not the ways we want to be thinking about food. And so the first step really is to overcome that and look at food differently. At the most basic level, food is energy. Okay. So I want you to think of food as energy. We need energy to do all the things, right? So food is now energy. All right. Your body needs energy to live, to breathe, to think, to digest the food that you eat, to move, to train, to recover. That's a big one. To build muscle, and also just to generally function. So we need that energy. We need food. Okay. So food is energy. We need energy, right? So food is not the enemy. Food is a resource to help us do what we need to do, all the things. But weight loss comes down to learning how much energy your body really needs, how much you are bringing in and how much you are using. So we look at that energy balance, right? We want to look at food as energy because that's really what it is. So then we see it as an energy balance. Every food that you eat gives your body energy. No matter what you're eating, it comes in calories as energy. So again, calories, we look at that as energy. So how much energy are you consuming all day long? Protein has calories, carbs have calories, fats have calories. That is how we look at macros. So when you hear someone like counting macros, some of you count macros, you're really counting calories essentially, but you're being more precise by counting the macros. Macros have calories. That matters because your body does not just care whether your food is healthy. It wants to do something with the energy that the food provides. And that's why macros is a great way to do things, because you have a target between your protein, your fats, and your carbs, and you're getting something from the energy more than just energy. Okay. So when we look at different foods, we say, well, avocado is healthy. Sure. Nuts are healthy. Sure. Olive oil is healthy. Yes. Sweet potatoes are healthy. Yes. They all contain energy. Some of them contain more energy than others. Okay. So we can call something healthy, and that's great, but it still has energy to it. And we want to be in an energy balance. I think a lot of women get caught up with the idea that if we eat mostly healthy foods, we are going to lose weight. And that's just not the truth. It's about the total energy. If the total energy coming in is higher than the total energy going out, our body stores the energy. And there's no tricking it. There's no way to trick it. There's no way to manipulate it. That's why weight loss actually is very simple, but society will teach you it's complicated and you should intermittent fast and you should do this and you should do that. It's all about the energy balance. Make it simple. It's all about the energy balance. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to make it like the foods are bad. They're not, but the total intake matters. Okay. So what is a calorie deficit then? Because that's what it takes. You need to be in a calorie deficit, an energy deficit, in order to burn the stored energy. Okay. So if you want to lose weight, and that's what all of you want to do, if you want to lose weight, you have to be in a deficit of what you take in each day in energy. All right. So we want to burn energy that's been stored, AKA fat. All right. So a calorie deficit means your body is using more energy than you are giving it through food. And that's when the fat loss happens. I mean, that's just the truth. That's how fat loss happens. So you have to think of your body maybe like a bank account. Food is the deposit. Movement and daily body function are the withdrawals. Okay. So if you're depositing too much food, you're storing body fat. Okay. So if you keep depositing more than you spend, you're going to store it. When you consistently spend more than you deposit, your body has to pull from that stored energy, and that's the body fat. So the goal of fat loss is not punishing your body and it's not starving your body, but creating a controlled, consistent calorie deficit. Okay. Consistency is truly key. That's why when a girl says to me, well, I would like to have a cheat meal. Well, cool. But that is a lack of consistency in being in a calorie deficit, right? All of a sudden you have this spike of consuming extra calories that your body needs. And now your balance has changed because you just took in a whole bunch of energy. You've been dieting all week, taking that down, eating less energy than you need and burning that stored energy. And then on Saturday, you take in a whole bunch of energy and your body's like, oh, wow, this is a lot of energy. I need to store this. And now we're storing the body fat again. It's a maddening cycle, right? So that's why you really have to be consistent. And it doesn't mean you have to be extreme, but you don't want to be reckless. You want to be controlled and keep repeating the same thing over and over. So let's talk about how your body burns energy. It happens in several ways, actually. First, your body burns energy just to keep you alive. Sitting here right now, I'm burning energy, okay? Your heart is beating, your lungs are breathing, your brain is thinking, your body is regulating temperature. This is your basic daily energy need, okay? So all of us are going to burn some energy just by being alive. All right. But unfortunately, it's not a lot. Second, you burn energy through normal daily movement. So walking, cleaning, working, taking care of your kids, going upstairs, carrying groceries, walking to and from your car at the store. That matters. Those little energy bursts matter. And then third, you burn energy through intentional exercise like weight training or cardio. Okay. Fourth, there's a fourth one. Your body actually uses energy to digest your food, especially when you're eating protein. Protein especially will do that. So when we talk about burning calories, it's not just what happens in the gym. In fact, that can be a very minor part. Your whole day matters. And that's why sometimes I'll have you count steps, be a lot more active, move more, having you do your training that I schedule for you. But then the food choices, all of that works together. We want to take all those pieces and put them together. Okay. I do want to talk a little bit about movement, why movement matters, because moving a little more can be a really good benefit to you. It can be a little boost that's really easy and you don't even notice that it's working for you. Okay. One mistake a lot of women, probably every woman at some point, is thinking to herself, well, I ate well today, which by the way is very subjective. I ate well today, so I should lose weight. There's no facts involved in that. It's just an opinion that you have subjectively about how you ate that day. If your body did not use more energy than you ate, fat loss is not going to happen. And if you're not tracking it, you're not going to know. If you don't have an assignment, like I give you guys all of you are on different plans. Some of you are on macro counting. Some of you are on portion control plans. Some of you are on meal plans. You have a plan that was strategically created by me to put you in a calorie deficit. Okay. You don't have to guess. You know that if I follow Coach Lacey's plan and I don't cheat on it and I don't have little bites, licks, and taste, I'm going to be in a calorie deficit and I'm going to lose body fat because I'm going to take in less energy than what I'm using because Coach Lacey calculated all that out very thoughtfully for me. Okay. But if you're just a normal person watching this, that's not my client, and you're just guessing, you're just like, well, I just feel like subjectively that I ate really good today, so I should lose weight. There's no reason why you should. It's actually kind of insane to think that because there's no evidence, there's no math, there's no consistency to that. So you wouldn't really know. But for my girls that are on my plans, you are already created in a very small deficit. Movement matters for you. Movement is powerful for you. The more sedentary that we are, the less energy we use. Okay. So sitting around is not your friend ever. If we are eating portions that would support an active lifestyle, but we're sitting most of the day, our body may not need all that energy. Okay. So you want to be moving. And I'm not saying go run all the time. In fact, I don't want you running. But what I want you to do is take walks, park a little further away from the store. Everything that you do matters. If you're like, dang, I don't really want to mop the floors today, reframe it and go, oh, wow, I do want to mop the floors today because I'm going to use energy to do that. And that means I'm going to create a bigger deficit in my energy needs for the day. Therefore, that can help you lose body fat. Okay. But whenever you take in too much energy, or you're not using energy, your body's going to store it. It's going to hang on to it. And unfortunately, it feels like your body's betraying you, but it's actually your body doing what it was created to do. It's saving energy for later. Okay. So don't look at movement like as a burden or punishment for eating. It's just how we use our energy. It's just a way to expend energy that we're giving our bodies. So let's move on and talk about why protein, veggies, and whole foods matter and why they help. Because not all calories feel the same in the body. And one of the things I have huge beef with is whenever people get taught, and this has been taught in the past, and I will never teach this because this is so foolish and bad, but if it fits your macros. Okay. So if you're on a macro plan and you live by, well, if it fits my macros, or if you're, let's say you are counting calories, which is something I don't really believe in, because calories will rob you of so much nutrition. You literally could say, I'm counting calories, and then put enough candy bars in your plan to fulfill your calorie need for the day. And that's not helping you. I like macros because you're getting a good spread of all the good nutrition that you need, but it has to be strategic and good whole foods. And this is why I teach you to prioritize protein. All of you know, I'm always going to tell you to prioritize your protein sources, then vegetables. Okay. And then add in things like your fruits, your whole food carbohydrates, and healthy fats. And it has to be in the right portions, whether you're doing macros, portion control, or the meal plan's easy because I've already done it for you. But the reason why they're so important, let's start with protein. Protein is the gold standard. And most women do not eat enough protein. You guys do because you're my clients. So I know you do, but most women do not. And I think you all would agree that before you started working with me, you may not have eaten enough protein. Protein protects your muscle while you lose fat. Our bodies don't say, oh, look, Lacey just used up more energy today than she took in, so we're only going to burn body fat. Our bodies don't do that, unfortunately. Our bodies don't know that we just are intentionally trying to lose body fat. Our bodies know, okay, I need to protect life, and this person is not taking in enough food right now, so I need to take a little bit of that stored body fat, but I'm also going to take some muscle because this person does not need this muscle, and muscle mass, it makes us need more energy. So our bodies go, ooh, probably should take some muscle too. Okay. And so that's why we take in the protein, because it has amino acids and it helps protect you from losing muscle mass while you're losing fat. But also, protein is so awesome. Protein helps keep you feeling fuller longer. And that's important because when we are in a calorie deficit, sometimes we might feel a little hungry, which, by the way, you should. Okay. You should feel hungry and be okay with that. But it's going to help you not feel as hungry if you're eating enough protein spread throughout the day. And then it supports recovery. Again, it has amino acids in it. So protein is your best friend. You always should meet your protein goal above everything. All right. And then you have vegetables. Vegetables will be the next thing. Vegetables are very filling because they give you fiber, volume, vitamins, and minerals. You need them. They help your meals feel bigger without adding a ton of calories or energy. Okay. A lot of us are volume eaters. We like big volumes of food. Vegetables will provide you with that with very minimal caloric intake. And plus, they give you so much. They give you vitamins and minerals that you need to help you look, feel, and perform your best. Then we have carbohydrates, which are not bad, by the way. So many women are scared of carbs. I used to be. Carbs are energy. Carbs literally exist to give us energy. They are like the top dog for energy. All right. They help fuel your training, your brain function, and your performance. So they are very important. They need to be used in a strategy. Okay. And also they need to be used in the right amounts. And that's where having a coach like me is helpful. I'll tell you how to use them and when to use them in a safe way. Fats aren't bad either, but women tend to overeat fats massively. Women really do overeat over and over again. When I take a client in, it's always a fat issue where they're eating too many fats. Now, fats don't equal fat on your body. Okay. They can, but that's not the literal translation. We need fats. They support our hormones. And especially for my coaching population is primarily perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. We need that hormone support from the fats. Okay. But they also support feeling fuller and overall health. But here's the key with fats. And I want you to hear me on this because so many women overeat fats, and maybe this will help you not do that. They are calorie dense compared to protein and carbs. And what I mean by that is every gram of protein and every gram of carbs that you eat has 4 calories. Every gram of fats that you eat has 9 calories. And so that's why if you overeat fats, you're taking so many more calories in than you would if it was a protein source or a carbohydrate source. And it's just because they're so calorie dense. So your portions really do matter. So a lot of girls will say, well, yeah, but avocado is healthy. Yeah, it is. But if you eat a whole avocado, you just took in a whole bunch of calories and your body is going to store that as fat. So you do have to be mindful about those things and about the portions. And the goal here is not to fear food. I don't want you to fear food. It's just to understand what each food is doing for your body. Okay. So what does it take to actually lose weight? Number 1, consistency. You have to be consistent with the right plan. You have to eat in a way that puts food in a calorie deficit over time in your body. And it takes time. Unfortunately, it takes a long time. You have to remain in that calorie deficit. I'm an expert at losing weight because I'm a fit model competitor. I used to be a bikini competitor. Now I switched to fit model, but nonetheless, in the bodybuilding world, I have to repeatedly diet down to levels that most women never reach. Some of you will because you're my clients and you compete and you understand, but I have to reach body fat levels that most women will never see. Okay. That's serious dieting. And there's no trick, you guys. If there was a trick, I would be doing it because I have to do it for my sport. There's no trick. The trick is you have to stay in a calorie deficit for a long time. I've been 20 weeks before. And listen, I never have to lose a lot of weight. I'm a very thin person to begin with. I keep my body fat levels low on purpose. But if you're someone who needs to lose a lot of weight, plan on it taking a long time because it has to be healthy and sustainable. It needs to take a long time. And that means a long time of staying in a calorie deficit. Now, does that sound miserable? It does, but that's what it takes. That's just the truth. That's what it takes. But beyond that, so that's the most important thing, consistency in a calorie deficit over time. Okay. That's the big overhang. But then eating enough protein to support your muscle while you're losing body fat, movement to help your body use up the energy, but also to help digestion. Digestion is a part of using the energy. So you want movement. And it takes patience because your body will not change overnight. It won't change in 1 week. It won't change in 2 weeks. It won't change in 3 weeks. It might take longer, but it will change little by little, little by little. It takes honesty. It takes true honesty, not shame. Never shame, just honesty. Really looking at your situation and saying, what is true? Am I cheating on my diet? Am I having little bites, licks, and tastes? Am I really tracking my food properly? And I'm speaking directly to my clients. Okay. You all know that I've given you a plan to follow. If you follow the plan, I assure you, my math is really good. You will lose body fat if that's our goal right now. Some of you, the goal is not really to lose body fat. If you're a competitor, you might be gaining muscle, but nonetheless, to get the best result from the plan that you're on, it takes honesty and really making sure, am I tracking my portions correctly? If I'm on a portion control plan and I'm looking at that carbohydrate and I'm like, it's a cupped handful and I'm going, oh, a little bit more won't matter. It does. Those are calories. Coach Lacey's not there to see it. And that doesn't mean you get away with it. Your body will always tell me the truth. Your results will always tell me the truth. I know. I always know because your body won't lie. And that's great. That's a great thing about this process that I love. You can't skirt the system. You just cannot. So we'll always know. And that's not to bring shame to the situation, but to say, hey, this is the honest truth. What is true here? If I overeat, why would I ever expect to lose body fat? That wouldn't even make sense because of everything I just taught you, right? If you're taking in too much energy, why would you ever think you would lose body fat? You're not going to. So if the scale's not moving, it doesn't mean necessarily that there's a problem. It just means, okay, we have some things to look at. Are the portions creeping up? Are the weekends different than the weekdays? That's a big one for people. Are bites, licks, and tastes and drinks and oils and sauces and snacks all adding up? Has your movement gone down? Those are all things we need to look at. Fat loss isn't about being perfect, okay? But it is about being aware enough to make the right adjustments and being honest about it, okay? So let's close it out because I give you a lot of information today. I want you to stop looking at food as something you have to fear or earn. It's neither of those. It's just energy. Food is energy. It is information. It is a resource. Your body needs food, but if your goal is fat loss, we have to give your body the right amount of food for the result that you want. And when you understand that, weight loss becomes much less emotional and much more practical. Okay. It's not about starving. It's definitely not about guessing. It's about learning how to fuel your body, move your body, and create the right environment for fat loss. And that's why I always say to all of you on the intake, I'm a student of your body because every woman is a little different. So I have to learn your body, but I'm a pretty quick learner when it comes after all these years. But that's where the freedom comes from, is whenever you and I understand what your body needs, learn how to work with it, not against it, and consistently follow a plan. Okay. So that's it for all that teaching for the moment. If you are my client, I hope this helped you. And I want you to know I love you so much. I'm your biggest cheerleader, and together we'll do this. I literally want to link arms with you and say, let's go. I have so much patience and love to teach you and guide you and help you transition your mindset and your lifestyle in a way that makes this sustainable and fun and teaches you new skills and new ways of eating and thinking about food. And if you're not my client and you want to maybe think about becoming my client, I encourage you to schedule a consultation with me. You can go to my website at www.fortifywithlacy, that's LACY.com, and schedule a consultation with me. Let's talk. I have a 100% success rate and then some. So I can help you for sure. There's no doubt about it. What you need to bring to the table, though, is patience and honesty with yourself. You have to be able to say what is true, and am I doing this in a truthful way? And if I'm not, you tell Coach Lacey, and Coach Lacey helps you navigate it, because it's always about love. There's never judgment here. It's just, hey, we're all in it. Listen, I went on the journey too. Okay. I had to get on the journey to get where I'm at today. And I remember what that was like. And I had to learn a lot of skills, and there were a lot of things I was messing up. You don't know if you don't know. So that's what I'm here for, is to teach you. And that's what we do. It's not, oh, you better come perfect and follow this plan perfect. It's like, hey, let's go ahead and give you this plan. You start following it. Bring to me the obstacles, the hurdles. And some of you have heard me say this before. I'm a hurdle jumper. Bring me the hurdle that's before you. We'll talk about it, strategize a way to jump it, and then we're going to jump the hurdle. Now you've built a new skill and you can continue to be successful. It's all about a journey. Okay. It's not about perfection. It's just, hey, can I do better today than I did yesterday? And do I know what that means? Okay. All right. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like it, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to be putting out more videos. And give me a comment or ask me a question or tell me what you'd like to learn about, and I'll teach about it.